Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome back to Little's Law YouTube channel. And as part of client-side performance testing videos, today we will see about Lighthouse, what is a Lighthouse and how to do the client-side testing and what are the various metrics we collect in the Lighthouse. So first, let's see what is a Lighthouse. So Lighthouse is an open source and it is an automated tool using which we can improve the quality of web pages. So basically this is a client-side performance testing automation tool, and we can run this Lighthouse against any web page, and even we have executed this against this chrome.google.com add-on page. And this has audits for performance, accessibility, progressive web apps, SEO, and more. So we have 5 different set of audits which we do using this Lighthouse tool, and we will see them one by one, and we will see what are all the various metrics we collected. In fact, we have discussed about all these metrics: the first contextual paint, the time to interactive, the speed index, the time blocking, total blocking time. We have also see about the various other metrics, and we also saw about this SLA, or the best performance. So here we can see the page gives us the values estimation, and any page that comes between 90 to 100 are the best working or has the better performance. And we can run this Lighthouse in Chrome DevTools from the command line, or we can even run this as a node module. So we will see them one by one, how to use this Lighthouse. And this Lighthouse tool we use has a URL that helps us to audit, and it runs a series of audits against the page, any page that we want to test, and at the end it generates a report on how well the page performs. And from there, and by using the failing audits as indicators on how to improve the page, and each audit has a reference document explaining why the audit is important and how well to fix it. So here we can see, we could see the metrics, and then we have the opportunities. So we could see there are the reduced unused JavaScript, the preload large contentful paint image, the reduced and reduce unused CSS. So in this way we can see on each and every metrics that we have to improve. So we'll go through them one by one. So first we'll complete the introduction about this Lighthouse tool, and then I will take you through each of these metrics area and by testing an application, and I will take you through them. And then we can also use Lighthouse CI to prevent regression on our sites. So we have various options to use the Lighthouse. The first one is, let's go to the Google, and we can see how to install or how to get the Lighthouse. So first is Chrome Lighthouse extension, which is part of the Chrome DevTools. Once we click here, so since I have already installed it, so this is the page where we get the Chrome DevTools, and where we can use it, where we can install it as a part of our add-on. And the next one is from the command line, where we can automate our Lighthouse and we can run it through shell script. So we'll see that in a separate video on how to run the Lighthouse from the command line. And then we have the third option, where we can integrate Lighthouse into our continuous integration systems as a part of a DevOps pipeline using as a node module. And finally we have the web UI, where we can run Lighthouse and link to the reports without installing anything. So first, let's see how to run Lighthouse in Chrome DevTools. And for that, we will have to install we have to download Chrome, and inside Chrome, we will have to go to the Chrome DevTools. So the first option of opening the Chrome DevTools is by clicking on F 12, and under this we have the Lighthouse, and I'm clicking on Analyze Page Load. So you can see here that the page is being analyzed under a mobile option or mobile version. So since we have chosen the mode as navigation and the device is mobile, and we have chosen all the categories, all the metric categories, and even we can try with different mode. So we have multiple modes. We have the navigation mode, we have the time span mode, we have the snapshot mode, we have multiple devices like we discussed in our introduction to client-side performance testing, where we can test using the mobile or the desktop. So let me try with the desktop version, and let me just choose the performance instead of going through all the options. So let me just try the analyze page load, and let's see how does it work. So now we are just testing the desktop version of the application, and let's see how does it come. So we have completed our analysis or our auditing, and here we could see the performance is 49, which is the performance score of this application, and we can see what is the first contextual paint and what is the time to interactive. So it nearly took 7.4 seconds, and the speed index is 3.0, which is 3 seconds, and the total blocked time is 5000 milliseconds, which is almost 5 seconds, and the largest contentful paint is 0.7 seconds, and the cumulative layout shift is 0.172. So these are the various metrics which has to be fixed, and then we can see the various diagnostics as well. So we'll see in a separate video on how or what are all the metrics and how to improve it. And then we have the various other options to use with Lighthouse. So the second or the next option is using this PageSpeed insights, and we have to enter the web page. So let me enter an URL here. So let me enter an URL of a famous brand in UK, and when I click on analyze, this PageSpeed insights will test or will use the Lighthouse or will take the Lighthouse auditing format and analyze the page. And again, we could see here the core web vital assessments have passed. So that is how and again, this is a mobile version. So this has the largest contentful paint, and then we have the first input delay, and we have the cumulative layout shift, which is around 0, and then the first contentful paint is at 1 second, and then we have the interaction to next paint is around 620 milliseconds, and we have time to first byte is around 0.4 seconds. And when we come to diagnosing the performance issues, again this page has a little performance issues, something with the time to interactive, the speed index, the total blocking time, the largest contentful paint, and when it comes to the various opportunities to improve, so the Lighthouse gives us the recommendations, but so it has recommended to reduce the unused JavaScript and defer off-screen images. And then when it comes to diagnostics, so the Lighthouse has given us various diagnostic options like avoiding an excessive DOM size, reducing the impact of third-party code, minimize the main thread work, reduce JavaScript execution time, and serve static assets with an efficient cache policy, and first contentful paint. So this is the mobile version. So what about the desktop version? So even we have got the desktop version here. So the core web vital assessments have passed, and even the performance is a lot more quicker when compared to the mobile version. So this shows us that the application works perfectly fine when we use it in the desktop rather than using it in mobile. And then we have the last option, which is the Lighthouse extension. So let me go to the same application, and I will choose the Lighthouse extension here. So I have the Lighthouse extension, and I'm opening it here, and let me click on generate report, and this will generate the report, the audit report. So here we can see the performance of the application using Lighthouse, the same application which we have tested in using the page site insight. So here again we could see the same set of diagnostics, the same set of recommendations, and even the accessibility testing has been done, and it is around 80 percentage. So after we have done this, so how to share this report? So we have the option to share this as JSON, and to share that, so click on these three dots on the right, and we can print this summary. We can print the expanded, and we can even copy as the JSON, and we can copy the clipboard, and we can send it as a report. Even we can save it as a HTML. So here we can see the HTML version of the report, the audit report. And then we have the option to save it as a JSON. So click on it and we get the JSON option. So here we can see the JSON option of the report. So the start time, end time, and every end-to-end details is being displayed. And then we can even save it as a gist, that is into the GitHub. The next option is to toggle to dark theme. So these are some of the settings options we have. So this is how we can use the Lighthouse and the various other tools to perform the client-side performance testing, and even we can integrate the Lighthouse into our part of the pipelines where we do the deployment, and even this can be added as a part of a smoke test before we deploy the application to the each environments. And finally, this Lighthouse is an open source, and even we can contribute to the build of it using the GitHub repository of this GitHub. So I think the introduction to GitHub has gone fine, well, and if you have any queries on Lighthouse or any doubts, please do comment in the comment section, and I believe this video would have been very useful to you. Please do like, share, comment your questions and feedbacks. Please do not forget to subscribe to our Little Sla YouTube channel. Until we meet you in another interesting video, it's bye bye from Vasan Shanmugam and Little Sla.